walking like Penn and Teller today, okay? And, you know, I have this interesting person, you know. His name is Frank Lust. I call him Frank Lust, Frank Lance, okay? With cheek like that, you know. Look like an English countryside bulldog. Anyway, it's not personal, I just want to tell him from the Arabic perspective what he is like. If somebody tells you, F you, mother, F you, what you gonna say? You're gonna tell him F you and F your whatever it is, right? But if you read Frankie's book, then you tell him, thank you for saying that. I didn't know that. I have to go and shoot my mother for doing that. No, not shoot my mother. Congratulate her for such kind of thing. And that's how this guy stand in the street and get good words or legitimate legal lies from the public. He was standing in Beverly Hills and trying to extract lies from honest people, although they don't know that they are lying, okay? So the thing he's done is to defame my guru, my Gandhi, Ron Paul, Dr. Ron Paul. Because all his accounts, you see Frankie's accounts, he did that for the righteous and, you know, this girl, this blonde girl, and on Coulter and all that group to get good, nice answers to raise the gallop, to pick up votes in an evil way. So Penn and Teller picked up this from this guy, from Frankie, okay? And you know, Penn, the tall guy, and the short guy, the Hebrew guy, you know, they kick his butt. And I like you to see his video here, and if they allow me, just down here. Okay. I don't know, Frankie has a book, and this book, this was an interview about 3 months ago with Bill Mayer about his book, how to have a politically correct words to be acceptable by the Gallup. Okay, so the issue is that showing that if somebody tells you, you know, the word between sacrifice and massacre, the word between waste and, you know, typical words, and depends on the circumstances where you like to use this word. And the nice thing about this video is that every passer in the road was cursing him like hell. But it's not fair, because Dr. Ron Paul, you know, the interesting part of it, which I want you to know here as a YouTuber, a fellow YouTuber, that 80% of the YouTube community support Ron Paul, though Ron Paul is not showing at the Republican race. Every technocrat, every good person, whether he is an American or not American, inside USA, outside USA, everybody support Ron Paul. Nobody on YouTube talks about Giuliani. Nobody says nice about him. Nobody talk about Fred Thompson. Fred Thompson is nice as a movie star playing the president of the United States in many places. Nobody supporting Romney, okay? But Ron Paul is supported by young people, by honest, good citizen people, you know, and I am really surprised. I get all kind, if you look at all the videos, everything about Ron Paul, you look at all the videos you find, if you look at all these racers or runners, presidency runners, you see all this gray and rubbish things about them. but you never seen a single video wrong about Ron Paul. How about that? You check it. So why people are not supporting him, pushing him to get into the White House? Why they feeling cynical about him? Why you don't like to have this guy in the White House? He's safe. He is. He's gonna bring the troops back, and everybody from all walks of life, left, right, extremist, newcon, bluecon, everybody, they like him. Everybody. No one says no. Not a single gray area in his curriculum. Not a single campaign is wrong. Look, we had a massacre long time ago. You know, Giuliani, every time he talks about presidency, he brings 9/11 in it. And every time he talks about presidency, he says, oh, Obama never been a state a governor, he never been this, he never been that, he never become a secretary, he never become a leader. And he's always showing the people that he's the only guy who became a governor. And he is the only guy who fought for freedom. This is the only guy, he never said anything. Look, we had a massacre about a sorrowful, very sad tragedy on September, on Utah mines. Everybody knows about Utah mines. And like 6 people died, okay? And those mines, 1 kilometer down, though, trapped in the rock and everything. And on top of the mine, there was a river running. And it's a very complicated thing. And they bring every technology in the world to push oxygen to them and check whether they are alive or dead or anything. And it's a total experience, you know. I don't want to say disaster. And my prayer for all those, the loved one for those family. And one little kid, you know, young kid, who his first day, he said, I want to freelance, and I go with these big tugs down, and he was trapped. First time in his life. No one talked about him. And now, until today, every time I go to my desktop in the morning to look into videos, to look at an update about those missing people, nothing about them. The only guy who tapped this tragedy from all the politicians, every runner, everything, Dr. Ron Paul. Only guy. And that was a magnet for me. That's it. Every time I go to look at this, I feel bad for them because they are anonymous people, and I like anonymous people, you know. And they died to earn their living, you know. And they had the deepest grave in the world, you know, 1 kilometer deep grave. And people above that 1 kilometer are playing guitar and singing, you know, consoling, trying to reduce pain of the loved ones, of the living ones, you know. And they consider this life is a fact and they cannot do anything about it. Okay, fine, you know. But Dr. Ron Paul, he's the only guy who, at least he came up with these things. He didn't go and say, I'm going to kill the people who did at 9/11. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to bomb this country. Nothing. He said, I like to sit and listen to my enemy. And that's that's my motto today, you know. If I have somebody shouts at me or insults me or put a slur or anything, I just want to listen to him. I just please video your view to me, and I like to study it, research it, and come back to you. Okay, that's Ron Paul taught me, you know. Today I put a Guantanamo on some of my videos, you know, because there's a lot of people who are so offending that they hurt other people's feelings, you know, and affect a lot. I don't give a damn about crowd. Affect the sentiments of the crowd, and they forgot that YouTube is for enjoying yourself, for fun. Okay, and all those people who enjoy themselves, they love Dr. Ron Paul and they like to have him in the White House as soon as possible. Okay, guys? I love Dr. Ron Paul. By the way, one of the girls who are brought up by Dr. Ron Paul called me, and she said to me, thank you for supporting him. You're welcome.